caught in the concertina effect, spun, with a sickening screech of tortured rubber. Tires screamed in protest. A shower of brilliant orange sparks flew as carbon fiber met unforgiving tarmac. In the ensuing panic, a pre-race favorite clipped the inside wall with a sharp metallic crack. A collective gasp swept through the packed grandstands. That single violent moment didn't just change the running order, it altered the DNA of the afternoon, turning a predictable procession into a high-stakes, unpredictable thriller. Every lap felt alive with possibility. Before the 5 red lights extinguished, the atmosphere was tense. Drivers sat motionless, visors mirrored, a picture of manufactured calm. In the garages, engineers readied radios, fans, a mosaic of team colors, waved flags with hopeful fervor. Cameras moved in for dramatic close-ups. Then the lights went out. The roar was deafening. The first 5 seconds, a blur of acceleration and noise. A perfect, orderly launch. Then the next 5, pure anarchy. A crash, a spin, a broken front wing. The safety car was deployed immediately, yellow lights blinking as debris was cleared. People held their breath. This was going to be a different kind of race. The safety car peeled back to the pits, and the race went green again. The pace exploded with renewed ferocity. The surviving frontrunners were cautious, wary of cool tires and memory. But further back, a young driver in a vibrant red Ferrari saw his chance. On lap 5, he drafted a rival. The 2 cars seemed tethered together. Approaching turn 1, he pulled out and dove deep on the inside, born of pure instinct. The cars brushed, a touch of wheels at over 180 miles per hour, but he held his line. He didn't spin, he didn't back down. He emerged having gained 3 places. The crowd roared. The cameras stayed locked on him. A new name was being carved into the sport's consciousness. Early drama rippled into a claustrophobic midfield battle. 3 teams desperate. A veteran faked left, forced a defense, switched right, and broke through.
Fans were on their feet. The team radio crackled. Engineer, push now, this is the window. Driver, I am on it. The raw human rhythm of the sport was on full display. The tension was tangible.
Pit stops arrived like punctuation marks in the unfolding drama, each one threatening to rewrite the story. One team saw a small gap in the traffic. They made a bold call, bring their driver in a lap early. They brought their driver in a lap earlier than the race leader. The pit crew performed a symphony of synchronized motion, a blur of hands, impact wrenches, faster by a fraction of a second. A testament to endless practice. He left with a fresh set of soft tires and a giant, swelling hope. Meanwhile, the leader stayed out, eking life from aging rubber. He defended hard, the car sliding gracefully, but grip was fading. At the end of a sweeping right-hander, a tiny miss was all it took. The car on warmer, grippier tires slipped by with ease. The new leader allowed a brief, triumphant smile. Then the race changed again. The chaos had created a vacuum. Into it stepped the young Ferrari driver. He was relentless, dispatching the midfield, setting sights on the leaders. His car danced on the edge of adhesion, a flash of scarlet on gray.
On the radio, his engineer stayed calm, feeding sector times, rival strategies. He's struggling in the final sector. That's where you can get him. The driver absorbed the data, translated it into action.
With each lap, he closed, shaving tenths. The broadcast split the screen. The hunter and the hunted. Pressure mounted. The crowd could feel it. The moment came on lap 30. Fighting for the lead. They touched. Not a kiss, but a hard impact. The leader's car twitched. He caught it. The challenger spun into gravel, his fight over. The safety car came again. A team boss yelled, then steadied. Engineers parsed replays, trying to understand. The surviving driver answered with a steady voice explaining his side. Faces showed shock, disappointment. The show paused. While the leaders dueled, the battle for lower points was a war of attrition. Alpine, Williams, where a single point meant everything. Controlled desperation, knowing each position could alter the championship. Cars ran 3 wide, a breathtaking display of bravery and trust. Helmets twitching, mirrors checked, moves anticipated, at speeds that would terrify most. Hot brakes, overworked engines, a sensory overload that defined the mid-pack fight. Not for headlines, a gritty bare-knuckle brawl for survival and respect.
We need you to hold this position. Just hold this position.
His car battered, defending 8th from a faster Haas, looming large on every straight, menacing. Into corners he was perfect, placing the car, leaving no room, using every ounce of experience to keep the faster car behind. A clash of machinery and wills for a single point. The main straight roared each time he held on. Then, opportunistic genius. 10th place Williams stalked 2 fighting cars, their exits compromised. He took a wider line through a fast chicane, carried speed, and drove past both on the outside. So clean it left commentators speechless.
Okay, that's P8. Good job, mate. Let's go get the next one. Not main highlights, but pure magic for team and fans.
Sauber's perfect undercut jumped a rival. Cheers in the garage. A stubborn wheel nut for Aston dropped them out of points. Small swings, building blocks of the championship, moments defining a season. Halfway through, as order seemed to settle, the sky darkened. The first drops were imperceptible, tiny specks, then faster, a greasy drizzle turning the track treacherous. The track got slick, fast, pit for inters, or brave it on slicks. Choices in minutes split the field, masterstroke or catastrophic error, with millions and a victory on the line. Some, including the new leader, dived in. Crews scrambled on inners. They rejoined in spray, but down on track position. Others, including the young Ferrari who'd lost the lead, stayed out, leading gamblers, sliding and correcting, hands a blur, wrestling the car, saving places as pitted runners struggled to heat up. The crowd, huddled under umbrellas, roared with every slide he caught, loving the gamble.
How is the track? Is it getting worse? Box, box, box. We have to box now. Rain stops in 5. Stay out, stay out.
Engineers stared at radar. Communication had never been more critical. Driver relaying corner-by-corner grip, engineer making split-second calls. The track became patchwork, inters faster in wet, overheating in dry, slicks terrifying in wet, faster on the drying line. Drivers improvised, hunting grip in unlikely places. One cooled inners through puddles, brilliant racecraft. A high-speed chess match on a changing board. The rain hadn't just added water, it added complexity and drama to an already unforgettable race. The last safety car compressed the field, setting the stage for a 10-lap sprint. As its lights went out, engines screamed in unison. The leader, on older intermediates, knew he was vulnerable. Behind, fresh rubber smelled blood. Desperate to build a gap, he pushed too hard. Understeer onto the slippery curb, a small, costly mistake. The Challenger hugged the inside, found traction, and powered past with 8 laps remaining. The crowd erupted. Final laps became a nerve-shredding heartbeat. Nose to tail, trading paint, every braking zone a test, each exit a drag race. Cameras cut from frantic hands to faces in the crowd. A child wide-eyed, an old fan clutching his hat.
Hold him off, just hold him off. One more lap, give it everything. Exhaust pops and bangs scored the drama.
Final turn, final lap. The leader braked as late as he dared. The young Ferrari tried one last desperate dive. They touched, just enough to wobble. The leader saved it. The Challenger spun wheels on the curb. The leader won by the slimmest margin. He coasted to a stop. Visor up. Tears of relief. His team screamed over the radio and ran to him. The crowd delivered a standing ovation. The podium felt earned, raw, emotional. In the hours and days that followed, the 2026 Hungarian Grand Prix became a global event. Drivers buzzing, fans flooding timelines with clips, memes, and claims of the greatest race of the year. Why did it matter? It delivered everything. Visceral wheel-to-wheel fights, pure skill with luck, blistering speed with strategy, a heroic young driver, a wily veteran, and a finish to the final corner. It was chaos and art. People will recall the audacious overtake, the rain-soaked radios, the spark that started it all. More than a race, a modern epic at 200 miles per hour. This was the day racing felt impossibly perfectly alive.